Alright, hi distance learners, it's Miss Carr. Today we're doing a little experiment in class, and so I wanted to do it for you guys. What we're going to do with this experiment is we're going to make these little rocket launchers with, it's like a film canister and with Alka-Seltzer, and we fill these things with water. And we're going to try to see if we can get them to launch, which one we can get to launch the fastest. So what I did for this experiment is that we have them with different temperatures of water, hot, medium, and cold. And we're going to see which one will have it launch the quickest. This lab was basically to help people learn how to write a lab report and things like that. So at the end of this, I'll talk a little bit more about it, but you guys are going to have to write your own lab report and talk about your results and why you think you got those results, okay? So like I said, we're going to do a hot, a medium, and a cold temperature one and see which one launches the fastest. Okay, I'll record the data for you so you don't have to worry about that. You just need to worry about analyzing it at the end of the video, okay? So, let's start with our hot water one, okay? I'm just putting it down on a block of cement. I'm gonna put this Alka-Seltzer pill in it, and then I'm gonna close the lid and we're gonna see how long it takes for it to launch, okay? So I'm putting it in, closing the lid, and we're starting a timer. Woo! All right. That one took about 3 seconds to launch. All right, that was the hot water one. Now let's see with our cold water one. So first I'm gonna write 3 seconds on my data table. Okay, now I'm gonna do it with the cold water one. So be thinking in your mind, do you think this is gonna go quicker or slower with cold water? Okay, I'm gonna put them in, put on my cap, and start my timer. Alright, it's definitely taking a little bit longer. So be thinking, why might that be happening? Why is this cold water taking longer than that hot water? Hopefully it launches. Seconds for that. That was like 30 seconds longer than our hot water. So I'm going to write down the time on my chart. Alright, now we're going to do a room temperature one. Okay, so now you're thinking about what you think might happen, faster or slower. Right, I'm going to drop these things in, put on the lid, and we'll watch and see when it pops. Right. Okay, so that's basically what we did for our experiments here. Things in labs that you have to worry about is you have to worry about independent and dependent variables. So dependent variables are things that we're measuring in our lab. So for this one, it was about the time it takes for the rocket to launch. Independent variables are things that we're changing. So for this one, the thing we changed was the temperature of our water. That's our independent variable. So that's something that's confusing a lot to people. And so as we do labs throughout this year, we're gonna practice working on figuring out independent and dependent variables, okay? So like I said, I'm gonna post a chart and a graph for you guys to look at, and then I'm gonna have you guys try to analyze them. You're gonna talk about unavoidable errors, which are errors that could have happened that could make our data go off. I'm gonna have you guys write about results, which are where you just take the numbers that I give you and write them in a sentence. So you could say like the hot water took this long for the rocket to launch. The cold water took this long. So you're just taking your results and putting them into sentences. Then your conclusion is a trickier one, and it's where you're gonna start analyzing your results and saying, why did that happen? You know, was my hypothesis, what I thought might happen, correct? Why did, the water that was hot launch faster than the water that was cold? What do you think was happening chemically? I know we haven't talked about all these things in class. This is just a practice lab for you guys. So try your best to write your results and try to talk about what you think is happening chemically in these rockets to make the hot water launch faster than the cold water. Okay, try to submit that by Friday and let me know if you have any questions. Good luck.